Hey everybody, how's it going today? My name is Reegan MacAulay and welcome back to another episode of Hurricane Havoc. We have recently exited what was a perfect weekend for the Holland Hurricanes, quite possibly their best all season, as they went 6 for 6 across 2 days of action at the McMillan Center and on the road. Beginning with women's basketball, the team played its final home game of the season against the University of King's College Blue Devils on Saturday, extending its win streak to 3 with a 92-81 win at the McMillan Center. UKC had a few bursts of momentum throughout the game, but for the most part, Holland was dominant. Alexa Rancourt led her team with 27 points, and in Danielle McKinnon's last regular season game at home, the fifth-year guard recorded 9 points and 1 assist. With a third-place seed on the line, the team will look to clinch it this Saturday, February 24th, with a game in Fredericton, New Brunswick against the 7-9 St. Thomas University Tommies, with a game time at 5 p.m. Then there's the men's team, which is also fighting for third in the conference and got one step closer to achieving it with a 92-78 win over UKC right after the women's game here on Saturday. Coming into the game winless after 14 games, UKC had a hot start and had a decent lead at one point, but after the Canes rallied with a 14-3 run just before halftime, they sailed away with the game. Bryce Corliss led his team with 29 points and earned his 750th career point as a Hurricane, hence why he was named the recent Male Athlete of the Week. The 9-8 squad will join the women this Saturday in Fredericton and also play the STU Tommies at 7 p.m. The men's Tommies are 13-3 and have their eyes set on being the regular season champions. And now, Hurricanes fans, we have arrived at the time to begin previewing conference championships. Or in other words, time is flying by. The Hurricanes volleyball teams have completed their regular season, with the women's team achieving 4th in the conference out of 9 teams, and the men's team achieving 2nd out of 5 teams. Let's first preview the women's team. The Canes are coming off 2 big wins at the McMillan Center against Mount Allison and Mount St. Vincent University. Against Mount Allison, Holland swept all 3 sets in what was their first win against the Mounties. Third time's the charm, they failed to beat them in the past 2 attempts. Against MSVU, fans about near got a repeat of a past game between the two teams as the Canes went up 2-0, but MSVU came back to force a 5th set. But thankfully, Holland successfully clutched this time around. Finishing the season with an 11-7 record, the team now focuses on the ACAA Championships in St. John, New Brunswick. Holland will play the STU Tommies in quarterfinal action this Friday. The Tommies ended their season with an 8-10 record, finishing 6 points behind the Hurricanes. The two teams finished their regular season series 1-1, so there's no better way of breaking the tie than solving it with a sudden death match that determines who keeps going and whose season is over. Morgan White, Jenna O'Neill, and Ella Hickey are statistically the top Hurricanes heading into the championships and will be heavily relied on to carry the fort. Hickey recently won Female Athlete of the Week after recording 78 assists, 17 digs, 6 kills, and 6 service aces in the last 2 games. However, some other names have recently gotten on the score sheet, with Maya Utrosa saving her best game for last with 16 kills, 7 digs, and 1 assist last Sunday. Mason Babby and Charlotte Sweetapple recorded many kills and digs in that game as well. Those 6 names and others form an elite group filled with energy, passion, and tenacity, and they will look to put it on full display this Friday with their season on the line. Now we preview the men's team, where the Canes might have the best momentum of any team in the conference heading into the championships. A 4-game winning streak, 3 of those games being sweeps, and 2 of them coming this past weekend. With all that being said, yes, the Université de Saint-Anne Dragons do head into the championships with a 6-game winning streak and only 2 losses all season, but the Canes have experienced much adversity this season with many rallies and humbling moments, which could play a huge role in the championships. And there's no one better, or maybe worse, depends on how you look at it, to play in semifinal action this Saturday than the STU Tommies, a team that Holland was back and forth with all season. 3-0 loss, 3-0 loss, 3-2 win, 3-0 win. A season series that went 2-2, yet another case of solving the tie with a sudden death playoff game. Only one can move forward and play for a championship on Sunday, and the men's team hasn't won a conference championship in 5 years. But this season's roster has the pieces to create something special. And no better time to peak than right before the championships with that 4-game winning streak. For who to keep an eye on heading into the championships, Carson Gray and Izuma Uday carry the way in kills, Nathan Willis has been the prime blocker for the Canes, Marcus Lapointe has been thriving in digs, and Tyler McBride has been elite in the assist category. With Lapointe in his final year, this is his last chance to help his team achieve greatness. You can find more information on the championships at acaa.ca, all games will be at acaa.tv, and stay tuned to our social media pages for updates. And with that, another episode of Hurricane Havoc comes to a close, and now you know what's happened recently and what's about to happen next. We wish the best of luck to our volleyball teams, and fingers crossed that when we return with Hurricane Havoc next week, we will have plenty of success to talk about. I'm your host, Reegan MacAulay, signing off. I will see you on the other side, and remember to fear the storm.